Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you, my friends. Thank you kindly for joining along for another live stream. This is gonna be kind of different from my other live streams because I want to make this as if like you're brand new to the channel, like you don't understand anything about talismans because, well, babes, I've been doing this for years. I've been making augment builds and now talisman builds for Mortal Kombat, and unfortunately, it seems like there's misinformation out there or just people who are too dumb. Figure it out. So I would like to aid and assist people because so typically I make my videos thinking like, okay, well, I'm making it for my bunny fam, my brothers and sisters who have known me for years, but then I forget like, okay, well, some of you are brand new, which is unfortunate. And I kind of find it as a failing of mine. I do make these like shorter videos here, shorter in comparison to my other live streams, but I received a number of questions on this one, and I feel like I failed because I did not answer these questions in my original video. But then again, like, I don't really want to explain the basics of how to make a talisman every single time. Like, where have you been, babes? Check out my other vids. So I'm making this to be like a primer, an introduction of what to do if you want to make a fabulous talisman. However, some caveats. You need a turbo controller. Don't even think about playing this game single player mode with your fingers. Even when it comes to PvP. Why would you want to play with your fingers? You can do so much with a turbo controller. Amusing things as well. So please don't, no. Just know, this is only for people with turbo controllers. And if you think you can do this without turbo boosting, be aware that it takes dozens of hours, even with a turbo controller, to acquire hundreds of components, to acquire all of the necessary materials. If you want to make a less than fabulous talisman, if you want to make a tolerable, passable talisman, this video is not for you. Also, if you think that this game is good, this game is not good. This video is also not for you. Ask yourself why you're playing this game. If the game requires you to spend dozens of hours to get hundreds of components to do what you're seeing, this is one of the best talismans in the game, has been since Season 1. Unfortunately, it's been nerfed several times, but it still remains one of the best. But if you want to make something like this took me 398 damage medallions. Almost 400. Do you got the time to get 400 damage medallions? I don't. That's why I use a turbo controller. This game is so stupid. So ask yourself why you're playing the game. I spent $600 on this game prior to release. I got the collector's edition. I got the digital premium so I wouldn't miss out on early access. Then I got a $50 crystal pack and the one-time crystal. That all adds up to $600 Canadian. So I've already sunk in money and time. By the way, I'm at 1,800 hours in this game. How about you? How about you? All right, so those are the caveats. Think about why you're doing this. Be aware this is going to take a lot of time, and use a turbo controller. Those are the caveats. All right, so now let's get into the primers of like what's going on. Let's also put back on the gameplay because I tend to forget that. But here you go. You can see that this talisman is working, and the reason why it's working is because I did spend the time to get 400 damage medallions. Now, immediately, this should seem like a contradiction to you because you can only hold 99 damage medallions at a time. All of the components max out at 99. 99 stacks, right? So you have one stack of 99. So in order to do what I did, I needed 4 stacks. That's a lot. 4 stacks of components all at 99. That's a lot of time. Now, besides dragon bloods, which are required for making legendary talismans, we'll get into that, or damage medallions. Damage medallions are the things that you would want to be farming for. Same goes for dragon bloods. But aside from those, you can purchase all of the other components in the game. One of the most important things to learn about Mortal Kombat is that this is a mobile game that requires you to play every single hour. You want to do well, or make a fancy talisman, or be AFK from the game, then you need to check collector every single hour. Getting components all the way to getting 99 stacks of 99 of every component, not hard, because that's not the rate limiting step. The rate limiting step in creating a fabulous talisman will always be farming things like dragon bloods or damage medallions, because you'll need hundreds of damage medallions, or it'll take dozens of hours to get the dragon bloods. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, they make this game so unbearable to play. So let's get into like actually forging some stuff. Did I finish the tower? I did. Perfect. I've also been doing this while it's the double XP weekend. My profile XP has been growing. We missed the 420 tower. Can we rewind and go back to that? I would prefer the 420 tower. Anyways, so yes. So let's talk a little bit about talismans. Let's actually go purchase. Now, whenever starting an invasion season, it's pretty likely, if you're like a beginner player, or if you've never made a fabulous talisman, or if this is all very brand new to you, one of your main goals with invasions should be speed running it, getting all of the shops unlocked so that you can go to all of the collectors every single hour. Getting things like crown or currency or invasions XP is not hard. Check out my other videos. I explain that in depth there. But we're just talking about talismans. So you want to get typically to the second shop in the last mesa. This is practical information for any season of invasions. You want to get through the invasions. You want to get to the second shop. This is where you're going to be able to buy the talismans that are worth your time. Now it's up to you to decide which talisman is worth your time. Any number of these could be usable, but I think typically the best situation has always been, since season 1, Windbreaker. Fart. Now with less gaiety in the naming of it. Now it's just fart. Okay. Wow, let's check out the comments. Thank you for joining along. Before we purchase this talisman and get into forging it, let's see what you guys are saying. I use a Cronus Zen for my turbo AFK. Okay, cool. It's $100. Cool. I use a Mayflash F300. I don't have a Cronus Zen. That sounds interesting. Hey Jonah, hey Duan, and thank you Skull Gamer. That really means a lot. Like I've said, you help us out a lot. Thank you for the content you make. I'm currently using your fart talisman build. If I could help, if could help me out with a question I asked earlier. Okay, let me look. Thank you. Love you. What stat and other helpful tools would you recommend for a fresh invasions character that I'm trying to get mastery on in seasonal towers? That might just be another video. That what you're asking there is not exactly what we're trying to address here in this video. So I might just make you a separate video. How about that? Where we answer that. Because for a fresh invasions, yeah, that's completely different. But I guess like easy peasy answer would be I put everything in special. Because I just use the talisman. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, stats, herbs, boosters, that would have to be like a different video. Anyways, so let's purchase the fart talisman. Let's also purchase this one, Frozen Skull. Just for comparison. Now, when you go to upgrade a talisman, a couple of things that you should realize about said talisman is the level. You will see the level of the talisman directly beneath the little image of the talisman. Typically, actually always, you will want to go after a level 30 talisman. A level 30 talisman means that it will be of maximum benefit. Don't waste your time with level 20, level 1, level 10, especially if you are trying to upgrade it for damage, because the damage output from lower level talismans will always be less. Just don't even bother. The other thing to notice about a talisman is this marking of common and legendary and epic. And do we have another one? Nah, we just got common and legendaries. Oh, we got a rare one here. So we should talk a little bit about these levels. Now, going from common, as soon as you add something, it will take you to uncommon. Notice that. So that means with uncommon, you have added something. Easy peasy to understand. Now keep on adding things here to this talisman, and eventually you'll get to rare. Oh, I should have used a turbo for this. This is a lot of tapping. That's why I have a turbo controller, my friends. It's kind of impossible to play the game. Okay, so yeah, add all 99. We're still not at rare. So if you have to add 400 damage medallions to a talisman in order to make it work properly, as I recommend in some of my other videos, this would be your first synthesis. You collect 99 of these damage medallions, and then you add it to the other, add it to the talisman. This can all be done for free, meaning that you don't have to pay Dragon Bloods. Now, let's add something of similar rarity, because we're adding Dragon Medallions, which are a component that has rarity. If we added something with epic rarity, it would level us up way quicker. Meaning that you can add less of epic components to a talisman for free compared to a rare component. This is important to note because some of the talismans, either you would want to add plasma orbs, which increase projectiles, or you would add damage. You take your pick. Which one do you want to add for free? But typically I recommend going for damage. You want quick DPS so that your AFK endeavors are fruitful. When you go away, you want the matches to be over quickly, right? That way you can get the most reward per hour spent grinding or farming or whatever. So, adding more components of similar rarity is going to demonstrate how much we can actually add before we get to rarity. Now, we've added 21 of this distilled spirit. Not saying, this is something that I would want to do, but I'm just doing this for illustration purposes, that you go up in rarity. You can still add all of these things for free to the talisman, meaning that as you're going through invasions, you can add all of these things as you do invasions. You can get a 99 stack before you even finish the final boss, and then you can add this to your talisman. This is really, really important. If you get a good level 30 from Gateway Portal Collector, then you can add these talismans or add these components to that talisman all for free, which is great. There's lots of things that you can do if you want to minimize the actual time spent doing this. But adding more to Epic, now it becomes risky. This is important to note, especially if you don't have Dragon Bloods. Adding things will be a chance, and you might lose your components. So, we have added 99 of the damage medallions and 35 of this distilled spirit. Not saying that you should add it, but if you add only damage medallions, you can fit a lot more damage medallions than distilled spirits. I wish I had more than 99, but you can't hold more than 99. Something that I can't really illustrate here, unless we go to one of my clips. I'm not sure if we'll find any. There's a lot of interesting clips on my PlayStation. Okay, so where might it be? Here? Nah. Okay, no. What I was trying to show here with the talisman process is that you can add 189 damage medallions to a talisman before you max it out. So if you see here, this fart talisman has 398. So the question is, how do I add more requiring Dragon Blood? So once you get to that part where you have to upgrade and add Dragon Bloods, you can actually get away with some things without Dragon Bloods. So let's see here. Do I have one? Okay, this one. Can't use that. Let's see. Okay. So now we're at epic rarity or epic level power of talisman. You can get away with adding these things with some level of risk all the way to high. When it says chance of success of forging the talisman, you can add that typically without losing your component. So this is a chance that you might want to take if you don't have 20 Dragon Bloods on hand, because getting Dragon Bloods is very hard. And do check out my other video, how to farm Dragon Bloods. Very hard. This season they actually nerfed it, so I might have to do an updated one when next season comes out. But getting Dragon Bloods will be the rate limiting step with making a talisman. So if you don't have Dragon Bloods, you can get away all the way to chance of success high. There you go. But anything else will really require Dragon Bloods. And that's why I say, if you want to make a powerful talisman, you will typically want 20 Dragon Bloods. Now, I'm at a point in the game where I have 99. So I can add 10. Adding 10 Dragon Bloods allows for guaranteed success. And I would say if you're making a talisman, there are two very crucial points of thinking about how you want to add the components to the talisman. That first point is before you reach epic, because you can add as many things as you want, from common, uncommon to rare, all for free without dragon blood. But once you get to epic, you are going to be limited, very limited, in the number of things that you can add before reaching legendary. And then at legendary, that, like, here we go. Let's remove the dragon bloods. So as you can see, without the dragon bloods, we have edged the power of forging this talisman all the way to legendary. But the chance of success is low, aka it's not going to happen. You need dragon bloods. So this is the final synthesis of the talisman, I would say. Just having it right there, because once we forge, like, let's say I add the dragon bloods and we forge this and it's still epic, it's edged all the way just before legendary. That, after we make this one, that would be our final synthesis. And that final synthesis of the talisman, that's where you would add, I would say, the more typical combination of components. Things like extra Jinsei, extra Adinian charm, whatever have you, whatever suits your fancy. Cooked meat. Yeah, I like, these are good components. I'm listing good components here. Damage medallions. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. And then dragon blood. Then we add 10. So if you don't want to spend as much time as me making a fabulous talisman, you can forget about edging your talisman just before legendary. If you just want to be lazy and you want to do less than 400 damage medallions to do the crazy fart damage, well, you could, and you could get away with that, and there's nothing wrong with that too. But if you have a turbo controller, just take it to the maximum. Take it to the max. And I kind of wish I had done that with my fart talisman. I could have increased the projectile scale even more. Some things require an appropriate amount of balance when making a talisman. Like the fart talisman, I've only added 11 projectiles, because I only need to keep the opponent stunned with the cough long enough for the damage over time to take effect. Afterwards, it's more projectiles has diminishing returns, right? So you would want to have that appropriate balance with some components. Some you just want to max out, like damage or number of charges. You just want as many charges as you want. Yeah, those are things that you could definitely max out, but at a certain point, like, do you really need more than 99 max charges? Maybe. But yeah, I feel like understanding how to forge a talisman, knowing what you can get away with in terms of dragon bloods when you need them, this is all very important information. So, like, I hope that this is clear. But there were lots of questions, and I hope that I addressed some of these questions. Okay, so let's put this actually back. No, I have to exhibit good behavior. So in this game, you need to be on your best behavior. You need to be checking these shops every single hour that you're playing so that you can purchase from this crappy mobile system. So let's go over here. And then let's make more purchase. See, like, these components that I'm buying, it's easier to purchase them than to actually grind for them. Because the real thing that I'm grinding here for are profile XP. That's the only thing left for me in this game. Profile XP. I'm kind of delusional. I do recognize it. I should just quit. But with the double XP weekend, damn. Look, they have Dragon Blood for sale. That's good for beginners. Yeah, 20 Dragon Bloods. That's actually what I used with the Fart Talisman, because I chanced adding the damage medallions all the way with chance of success to high when at epic, and then afterwards I used 10 to add all the way edging up to legendary, and then I did a final synthesis with another 10 Dragon Bloods. Yeah, okay, I really should find that clip where I showed the final synthesis. I mean, like, it's quite some far away time, too, because I finished all of this within the first week. I said I don't want to be playing this game for too long. This game's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, so I think... Oh, so I guess we can show the final synthesis of another one if I got here. Oh, yeah, here we go. No, that's not it. That's not it. Damn it, Janet Cage. You're distracting me. Oh, did I really delete those? I hope I didn't, because I really did save, like... Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is when I was forging Godwave for Season 6. And it's good to have a turbo to do this, because it's kind of hard to, like... Yeah, it's kind of hard. So, adding all of these things with a turbo is very useful. But this is the final synthesis, where you typically add all of the other extra flavors that you want to your bonuses. Typically, I go after damage or number of projectiles, but you can experiment. Experimenting in this game is very costly, though. Dozens of hours, a lot in your power bill. That's very expensive. So we're adding here Adinian charms. And do keep in mind that they keep on changing things and nerfing things. So don't expect the numbers that I display here to be the numbers that you could achieve in future seasons. Previously, in Season 1, you could add, I believe, 6,000 or more in terms of percent extra damage. So 600 damage medallions. Myself, I've only added 5,400% more damage. So collecting 540 around there damage medallions. Here you can only do 400. They just keep on nerfing the number of things that you can add to your talisman, which makes it overall less powerful. Like, why even have the system in the game if they keep on nerfing things? But I think for a lot of people, if they don't have a turbo controller, they can't really see this game being completed with single touch. Most of the matches in this game can be completed with just a single button press, which is wild, but it's shameful. What kind of mobile tap game are we playing? Like, Cookie Clicker's better. So give me a second. Okay, so we're back here on Turbo Controller. Let's see what you guys are saying. Mike Tyson, which is, I'm gonna put you in timeout for like a minute. Just think about what you're saying. Is that why? Why? Ask me that like on a video where I'm talking about things. I just It's unrelated. Okay, so hey there, Drew, street poet. Why was it that you chose 99 max charges rather than talisman recharge speed? So, in the specific case of the fart talisman, the rechargeability has been removed. A lot of people say it's a glitch. It's not a glitch. It was nerfed out because NRS doesn't like it. Specifically for Windbreaker, it has been nerfed 2 times. So after the first season, the way damage over time that it was how it was applied was changed. You had to stand longer in the fart cloud in order for it to cause damage over time in season 2. In season 1, it was immediate. Also, I believe now in season 6, they've applied elemental resistances. So in season 1, season 2, season 3, there was no elemental resistances applied to damage over time, meaning that any kind of elemental talisman causing damage over time would be equally effective. But now they're trying to work in the elements. Whatever. So good for them. Also, it was nerfed in, the rechargeability. They removed that. Lots of nerfs. But after all the nerfs, it's still the best option, which is kind of wild. Now, without the rechargeability, it does require babysitting, but if you want to play the game, you kind of have to babysit to go see Collector every single hour. I'm gonna download it tonight to play FamCoth. Okay, cool. Yay, it was MK1, Mike. Oh, okay. Thank you, Skull Gamer. Technically, he doesn't have it anymore. Dave does. Okay. Yeah, Mike. Mike, what is your malfunction? One more bad behavior, you're getting banned. One more bad behavior. Not that you spammed my private PSN. Not that you say the most wild things in my live stream. Are you feet? Is this feet? Is this feet alt account? Okay, so I have these questions up here because I wanted to make sure that I addressed them for everyone. Okay, can someone simply break down what order I need to upgrade this talisman? Hopefully I explained to you how to do that. You've got multiple free syntheses, forges when you're below epic. Once you get to epic, you have to consider using dragon bloods. You can chance it if the chance of success is high. Otherwise you need dragon bloods. How do you get so many components? Turbo controller and looking at my farm builds. I don't know why people don't watch the other videos. How do you get so many components? Yes, you have to farm the damage medallions and you have to farm the dragon bloods, but those are the only 2 you need to farm. Everything else you just go purchase. Well, I guess that's farming as well, but you just have to visit Collector every single hour and purchase. That's how you play the game. But I guess a game is not explained in simple to understand terms. Hey man, good night. How do you manage to make your talisman's damage so high? Well, what you're seeing here is actually the maximum amount of damage that you can put onto a talisman. What I have done is that I have added damage medallions all the way from common to legendary, doing separate syntheses. Yes, so this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Oh, this game. I'm glad I kind of turned off the game audio. I don't want to hear all those farts. Too many farts. This is this game. Okay, so a Skull Gamer, much love to you, brother. Like I explained, it is just as simple as going to the shop every single hour and buying everything from the shop. So crazy. So crazy. So hopefully, you guys are having a lovely day. Hopefully you're learning how to play this game AFK, because it's really not worth the time. I really wanted to correct some of my lack of explanations as to how to properly forge a talisman, but I hope that this was very clear. I hope I showed you all of the different levels. I hope you can now explain to someone else what is the difference between common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary for a talisman. I hope you know how to add things when you need dragon bloods, when you don't need dragon bloods. Just simple things to understand, because you're going to need to know how to do this every single season if you want to make a talisman. So all I can do is just give you like a recipe every season of a talisman and be like, okay, well, you need hundreds of this and hundreds of that. And then now you might have a better understanding of how to add these hundreds of things to the game. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, that was old comment. Yeah, I was reading all of the old comments. I really wanted to make sure though that it's not just for you, Skull Gamer. It's for everyone else too, because I kind of realized that people are having the similar questions about how to play this game, and if you can get past my caveats of why are you playing this game and buy a turbo controller and it's gonna take hundreds of hours, if you can get past those things, then yeah, hopefully you can also get everything in the game. Okay, all right. So Mike Tyson, I'm banning you. Not that your feet. How do I ban someone? I'd user. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield will meet you outside. Cash me outside. How about that? You should whoop that evil bish. I will. I'm gonna make my own. Another thing. Stellar Blade video. I much prefer Stellar Blade to this game. I'm not gonna lie. This game's just not good. Honestly, Skull Gamer, God bless you. Thank you. You should have used 2 of those dollars though to get into the bunny fam. The bunny fam is where you get access to all of my secret builds, and honestly, I don't share everything in these public videos, because if I was to share everything that I know about the game, then things would get nerfed. And I do quite enjoy breaking the game. So if you want to find out how to also break the game, make crazy talisman builds, do all sorts of exploits and glitches, please do consider joining the fam. Much love to honorary bunny brother Skull Gamer. Love you so much, Skull Gamer. Not sure about you, Mike Tyson. You got banned. I don't know about you. Not that you spammed my personal PlayStation. It's kind of scary. Okay. He's waiting to bite your ear off, Lama. I know. My big fluffy bunny ear, leave me alone. God bless you, dude. I put hundreds of hours in all my games. Okay, love all of you. God bless all of you. Please leave a like or a dislike or get out. Live stream's over. Hopefully you found it helpful. That was my goal here. But yes, until next time, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.